Ewere, the festival of Ewere leaves by the Benin people of Edo State, domiciled in the south-south geopolitical zone of Nigeria.
The most exciting for the generality of the people. They say Ewere have brought you the goodness of the year. That is what the singing is all about.
Ewere is the ceremony of giving thanks to God through the deity of the head.
The head as a divinity. Ebono kao no saya womanagbo is the head.
This head is the first deity given to man by God. The head for a Benin man encompasses your successes, your travails, your trials, your challenges, that you are able to surpass all the challenges and you are coming into a new time, a new year. You need to be thankful. Ugie is the beginning of a new year for the Benin nation. We are on lunar calendar, which gives us 13 months in a year, 4 days in a week, 5 weeks in a month.
The Benin year is made up of 13 lunar months. Each month of the year is named after significant happenings on which the lives of the people of Benin evolved socio-economically. The month of Ewere is the month of thanksgiving to God Almighty by the people of Benin for all happenings throughout the year. The annual Ewere festival is celebrated during this month of Ewere. The annual Ewere is usually a colorful and crowd-pulling event because it is a combination of various festivals reminiscing past events in Benin history. These events are deeply rooted as the customs and traditions of the Benin people, which again bonds them despite these contemporary times of Western infiltration. Ewere is one of the significant festivals celebrated during the annual Ewere festival. The night preceding Ewere is Igwedoya, celebrated on the last day of the Benin year. This is the day the people of Benin give a service of thanksgiving. As blessings and prayers are pronounced, all present during Igwedoya respond with Igwanwenye.
When you are serving your head ordinarily, we say Ise, Ise, Ise. But when it is Igwe, we say Igwonyewe, which has twisted into Gwanwenye. It actually means Igwe celebration of peace, Igwe celebration of love, Igwe celebration of good tidings.
Specific yet significant rites are performed on Igwedoya celebrants and their families with appropriate items as recommended by Benin tradition for Igwedoya celebration.
One who appreciates the white chalk will have no reason to rub the black charcoal. The white chalk represents peace, love, good health, prosperity, moving forward. So rubbing it on your head is also a prayer. What are the birds? White pigeon, duck, preferably white duck. Then guinea fowl, preferably a white guinea fowl. In our own belief, it is with his wings, with his entire body, that the pigeon brought prosperity into the home. So we want that prosperity that is brought by the pigeon to also come to us. The duck walks in royalty. I want to have the grace to walk like the duck. Then the guinea fowl. Instead of the different colors, the different spots on the guinea fowl now looking like sickness, God recognized it as blessings. So we also want that blessings. In spite of all aggravations, in spite of all hardships and challenges, let the blessing recognized by God for the guinea fowl also come to us.
As the night proceeds, more rites are performed during Igwedoya.
That blood is just to say, yes, my head, this is the only thing you can eat. For those who have ancestral shrines, Ewere, he can also take part of the blood and sprinkle so that his past fathers can also be part of the celebration. The meat is just for feasting. When you put the white chalk on the ground, the markings of the white chalk on the ground tells which family you also come from, what category of title you have. So there are some families, they mark 5, some mark 3. After the marking of the white chalk on the ground, placing the coconut and the kola nut at the center of the markings, the chief who have been given the ebe by the Oba, you must first of all appreciate the cardinals. Eke, Ekioba, Ekenaka, Agbado, 4 market days. This represents the 4 corners of the earth.
The Oswan of Benin and the Ayobahan of Benin convey their beliefs about the Igwedoya celebration.
Once you serve your head every year, God will multiply you that year.
When you do your head, you're also going to communicate with the ancestors, the departed. It's an avenue to call on them to join you, to straighten your head, and purify you, and create room for a very tranquil status quo that will lift you up to higher levels.
Is the Igwedoya ceremony for the affluent Benin?
A few persons who may not even be able to afford a hen, a fowl, they can just use the coconut and the kola nut. Those who are a little above that, who can afford fowl, hen, whatever, they do that. But those who are a little above that, they can use goat. Those who are also above that can use cow. But where it becomes necessary to use certain animals, a certain class of chiefs must use goats. The other class of chiefs must use cow. It is only His Royal Majesty that uses all animals, including the elephant, the tiger, and all.
The celebration of Igwedoya continues far into the night, while traditional Benin songs apt for the celebration are sung, just as accompanying dance steps synonymous with Benin dances are displayed. The bestowment of Ewere leaves as felicitations to usher in the Benin New Year usually commences with visitations to homes of Benin residents by members of varied Benin cultural troops. Members of cultural troops convey their New Year wishes on their patrons via traditional Benin songs, enhanced by the beats and rhythms produced from traditional Benin musical instruments as the ema, which are drums. Ukuse, the gourd covered in rattle beads, and egogo, metal gongs. The beauty of music rendered, better savored while dancers showcase choreographed, graceful dance steps no matter performer's gender.
Our forefathers, they appreciate God. That's exactly what the Benin have not left undone. They want to continue to remember that symbol. That when you clock another year, you should give glory to God Almighty and thank God that your head, who carry your eyes and your nose and your vitals, did not leave you to any bad temptation.
Early morning, when they are pick it, they will start sharing it. Bring is a blessing to all home. So we give the blessing to all every year. We get it from the river or bush. The men are the ones who pluck it. It's a tradition. It's a culture.
Ewere live me progress, long life, everything good.
The Ewere is in remembrance of that wonderful wife of the Oba who brought goodness and respect and prayers into the palace. The Ewere presents what happened to the young king when he was being pursued all over the place. And the Ewere lives covered into hiding away from the soldiers who were pursuing him. And when he came to the throne, a wife came to him who brought goodness and respect and good behavior to the harem. And that is how the whole thing started.
The hosts, in turn, show gratification to the traditional performers by either joining them to dance or they shower the dancers with gifts. A drive to Obazagon community, Edo State, found Ojonwe pulling Oba Yuwana and members of his community in a festive mood. The youths of the community, having allowed their taste buds submit to the luscious and appetizing scenery of pounded yam and egusi soup, prepared with the meat slaughtered during Igwedoya celebration the previous evening. These sumptuous platters, cooked by the women of homesteads celebrating Ewere for the entertainment of whoever comes visiting during the early morning celebration.
The young one will take one, I be this, I will take the dance Ewere. As we follow on, do Igwe last night morning, we go enter kitchen and put yam and cook egusi soup to celebrate the Igwe.
Noon before Ewere celebration, scheduled to hold at the palace of the Oba of Benin, certain significant observances and functions linked to the Ewere ceremony are carried out by the Osuma of Benin.
The Osuma of Benin Kingdom starts Ewere celebration from
Uloko Izomo, Uloko Nizebu, at the entrance to the Izomo Palace. Offer prayers for His Royal Majesty, who is the face of the kingdom, and then the entire Benin nation for a better year.
Then he move on to the Awazama.
Azama Nuhe is a shrine.
Also performs rituals.
the Osuma of Benin. He takes care of the Ekaiwe group, the young princes or sons of princesses who have translated. These Ekaiwe that also hold his arms right and left that escort him to the palace.
His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedu Ukwa Akpolokpolo Ewere II's presence is heralded to begin Ewere ceremony. The traditional announcer calls on members of the royal family, dignitaries, palace chiefs, Enigi, and other varied groups present in the arena to step before the Omonoba to pay homage as soon as he is settled to perform Ugie. Meanwhile, the palace arena is awash with enthralling sights and sounds, so apt for an occasion as the Ewere. Nogwoba Suma comes before His Majesty's presence to reenact an age-old happening.
He enters the palace with an agba,
A wrapped mat from the people of Benin, coming to pledge loyalty and support to His Majesty the Oba of Benin.
The Osuma of Benin prays for the Oba after presenting the mat of good wishes. The Ayobahan of Benin, whose title is affiliated with the old chameleon, who does not run a race, yet gets to his destination, comes bearing the Ekpokin. What is the dramata ordinates that the Ayobahan play out on the first day of the Benin New Year?
It's a very significant title. It is the prayer of a Benin man to walk with 3 legs. Your 2 natural legs and a walking stick. That gives you age. He comes in very weak, very old, walking slowly, gently. The Ayogbe will be shouting, Ayobahan to Ugie. Ayobahan, hurry up. Ayobahan, please make it up. You will notice that he has the bead in his mouth all through. With the bead in his mouth, all of us, the aged, the old, we have sent you on our behalf. Go and pledge our loyalty, pledge our allegiance to His Royal Majesty, and pray for wisdom that we have acquired through the ages for him.
The Ayobahan of Benin presents the box of wisdom and experience to His Majesty. The frail old man who could barely walk without the aid of his walking stick or persons bearing him at some points is transformed rapidly into an agile young man. Shouts of jubilation rent the palace grounds. high point of the series of activities presented and reenacted during this festival is the presentation of the Ewere leaves to His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedu Ukwa Akpolokpolo Ewere II by the Ihogbe group, led by the Ihama. Chief Letema, one of the Ihogbe king, presents the Ewere leaves to the crown prince and other princes present. The presentation of Ewere leaves is likened to greeting cards presented to friends and well-wishers during the Yuletide season.
Take it that during the Christmas, the New Year, the Easter celebrations, friends and well-wishers, they send cards, even though now it is done through SMS and WhatsApp. It shows affinity. It shows love. A refusal of the Ewere leaf is to say that you do not accept my friendship, you do not accept my love, you do not accept my relationship.
Recipients of the Ewere leaves from the Oba step forward to finalize the blessings shared to them. This is their own way of saying, "Thank you, Your Royal Majesty, for blessing your people and the land."
Yes,
Various groups from within and outside Benin Kingdom present during the Ewere step forward to pay homage to the Omonoba. The Iloi are presented in Ewere leaves by a woman specially designated to render this service.
Presentation of the Ewere leaves to the Iloi, the royal queens, is done by a woman that has achieved menopausal age. She is termed mystically and spiritually, culturally, traditionally clean. You may want to ask, who are these women? They will also be either daughters of the royal family or women of the Ihogbe family. In most cases, you look at the oldest of the Ihogbe family to do it, or any of the princesses loved and trusted to be able to do it.
The ritual of loyalty, allegiances, and pledges is administered to all cadres of palace chiefs.
They are given kola nuts and cup of drinks. From the throne, the Oba's throne of grace and mercy, pledging the allegiance and loyalty of the chiefs to His Royal Majesty.
The Ogbe brings their own leaves. That is the public way of bringing leaves to the Oba. And he also spreads the joy of Ewere leaves to the people who come to the palace to watch the handing over of the leaves to the Oba. That is the main thing. All the other things are supporting ceremonies. The only exception of the Osumas.
Flanked by palace chiefs, bodyguards, and minstrels, amidst appropriate music fit for a king, His Royal Majesty Oba Ewere II rises, departs the arena.
They've Ewere celebration is a very good tourist boost for the Benin communities, in the sense that a lot of people who are outside the state and outside the country always come home during that celebration. And you know what tourism is. Some stay in the hotel, some go home that particular time to go and even complete their houses, and they meet with their communities.
We have visitors from across the globe during this festival. The Ewere festival now offers opportunity for us to showcase and package and art our culture. And so a lot of businesses thrive this season to sell our local textile, artwork, craft. And so it has become a potential work creator for the Benin people and all those in the creative industry.
Endowed with elaborate spectacles ranging from incantations, recitals, chants, performances, and worship, which commemorate historical events. All of these happenings remind the Benin people of their civic responsibilities.